Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? And of course, my phone never picks up my skin, my flesh. It did now, but how many times did I have to press it? What's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys at 1:34 in the morning, back here in Arizona. Yeah, sup? And yo, we got just Rob in the studio.
Finally.
Yes. Hey, babe.
Hi, babe.
Wow.
This is different.
Is it?
Yes.
It's okay?
Yeah.
You dig it?
Yep.
All right. That's what we want to hear at the Y Run. What?
Word.
So how are you feeling at 1:34 in the morning?
After a long day, I've been kind of tired, but I'm good.
That's good.
Shall
I explain, or do you want to explain?
No, I'm not going to explain.
I know. You don't want to repeat it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to remember it?
Well, I'm going to remember it, but...
Well, so here's what happened. I got sick. And the previous night, was that the night that we came? It was, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other night, what, on the 5th?
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Was it? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Okay, I guess I was that much out of it.
On Friday.
Okay, on Friday, yesterday, well, it's now Sunday. Okay, well, you guys get it. We traveled to Arizona from LA because we had to make an appointment. And when we got home, we just wanted to chill, watch a movie, have a nice dinner, and a drink. It wasn't like a couple drinks. It was a drink. Mm-hmm. And it was we had some mics in the fridge, and I asked Rob, like, hey, like, would you like one? And so we both agreed that we were gonna have one at dinner. And guess what, you guys? I had about how many sips? 2 sips, right? And he knows that I don't always finish my drinks. It doesn't matter if it's like a soda or especially an iced coffee. Even his mom said, and I was embarrassing because she's looking like, is she gonna drink this? But yeah, like I am a drinks girl, but I don't always drink or finish my drinks. And with dinner, I already had a soda, so when I cracked open the mics, I only took 2 sips, and I was like, I think I'm done. So Rob finished it. He finished his, and then he finished mine. You finished it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was feeling good, feeling great until I went to sleep. I woke up. Oh my God, you guys. Like, I woke up with the most biggest headache. And I'm used to getting headaches, but not like this. And this was probably like the second time that I've had that kind of headache. Mm-hmm. And of course, routine. You guys already know, if you guys ever tune into the Y Run. Yeah, like you guys know, my morning routine is going to the bathroom and throwing up. But as of lately, it hasn't been like that. Yeah. Like, I've been good. I haven't been going to the bathroom to throw up. So, but this, oh my God, this morning, yesterday morning, whatever you want to call it, I was like throwing up my entire stomach. And my head was pounding, and I was like, am I having a hangover? Because I only hear stories, and the first time that I had it, you were with me, right? Were you with me?
The first time, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the first time that it happened, I was a goddamn wreck. I vaguely remember it, but I remember drinking and then having that happen. How I got through it, no idea. But today, yeah, it was really bad. So I did that. I got back into bed. I thought I would be fine. I took Alka-Seltzer and that shit didn't help. And then the whole day went to shit.
Yeah.
It just did. Oh my gosh. And, a bunch of things happened. I don't know if we should talk about that right now because I do kind of want to do like a spiritual episode.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to. I already told Rob that I wanted to talk about like spiritual things that we want to add to our to I guess our practice
Mm-hmm.
in the year 2024. But it's all spiritual stuff. So if you guys want to hear that, then yeah, tune back in. Give us a follow. But um, yeah, it got so bad. I was kind of embarrassed. Like I wanted to, but I didn't know how Rob was gonna feel. But I was like, call my mom.
Yeah.
So Rob called my parents, and then they came home, and I my parents helped me get through, and I already told you that I didn't want you to feel like you weren't helping me.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I was like, yeah, you helped me. It was just so bad. I felt I don't remember, like I don't remember how many times I went to throw up, except for the ones that were like really bad. But anyway, yeah, that was my day. And then I started feeling good around like what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, something like that.
Because I thought we had an Amazon block to do at 7. But remember when we did deliveries last night? And remember I was on there and I said, "Oh, well, I have one for 7." Now it wasn't there. I didn't have to cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
It was I think it was probably the connection. It didn't really accept.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, today when I was sick, I was looking at the time and I was like, "Well, I hope I'm better by this time." But it was like in the afternoon and I was like, "I'm dying."
Yeah.
So, but
Do
yeah,
you
that was my
still,
day.
after everything that we know now, do you still feel like it was a hangover?
I think it was, but I don't think it should have lasted that long for just the 2 sips.
Well, because a hangover is you being dehydrated, and because alcohol dehydrates you, and you've been doing well with like drinking a lot of water, so that's why I don't think that it was a hangover, because it was just 2 sips. You drank with food, and you've been drinking a lot of water, so
So when you're drinking and when you have a hangover, is it because you're only consuming
it's a
liquor?
combination of the alcohol and the sweet, like the sugar in. So, for example, remember how I told you I don't really drink wine?
Yeah.
And if I drink any like red wine or anything like that, I get a headache even if I only have a glass, and it's because of the sugar content.
Mm.
Like beer really doesn't have sugar, even if it turns into sugar later or whatever, but it's not sweet. And if I have like those fruity drinks or whatever, if it's something with sugar, then yeah, I get dehydrated faster. But it's a combination of the alcohol and the sugar. But with the 2 sips that you took, I don't think that that's what it was. But like you said, if we're gonna talk about the spiritual stuff, then that's for the next show. I just don't think it was a hangover. I would understand if you haven't or hadn't been drinking water, and then like
Not
let's say you
having
didn't,
much to eat
right, if
with
you
it.
hadn't ate anything and then you drank, then maybe yeah, but no, I don't think that was it.
So when people, because I hear a lot of people saying that like, oh, I had a hangover. So does that mean that that person didn't consume a lot of water and they didn't eat?
You
Because for me, it's like, okay, I'm thinking a hangover is how much you drink. It doesn't matter if you have water or you're drinking with dinner.
no,
You know what I'm
being
saying?
hungover is being dehydrated. That's all it is. So let's say you haven't drank water at all in a whole week, and then you have one beer or one drink. you can still be hungover because you haven't been drinking water. You're not hydrated enough. So the alcohol is gonna dehydrate you no matter if you have one, if you have half a drink or whatever it is. Um, so it's not how much you drink; it's the fact that you're not hydrated before you start drinking. So I
So
think that's why I don't think it was a hangover. It might have felt that way. The headache, see, you do get a headache first, and then you get nauseous when you're hungover, but not the way that you were feeling it.
right, because
It was more like a migraine headache.
oh yeah,
So
yeah, migraines. I'm used to migraines, but what made it so much more worse was the feeling of wanting to throw up, needing to throw up.
mhm.
And like I said, I do throw up nearly every morning. It hasn't been that much lately, but when I did every single morning before, it was not like that kind of sick. That's why I was like, okay, maybe I am after 2 sips. Stop! What? Why are you smiling at me? No.
What if it's morning sickness?
Babe.
Hey, you never know.
Hey. Put it in the chat if you think Audie should take a pregnancy test. Oh.
Let's do it live. After my
Oh,
fortune cookie
oh,
yesterday,
oh,
yes, do it.
yeah. You want to tell them about that?
I don't remember what it said. I think it said something about opening my heart to
No, that it said that your heart was big enough for
one more.
for one more.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Mm.
you want to segue into the
I'm gonna say what?
men all men cheat? No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we. I'm not gonna say that because people are gonna take us seriously.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, yeah, okay, let's clickbait. And in the title, making this, I was like, maybe I shouldn't drop your name.
Remove my name from it.
No, but yeah, we're not trying to clickbait, but except for the hashtag, it's half-ass, right? So accountability. So, but yeah, that was my day, or that was our day. And poor Rob, like he was just, oh my gosh.
I was worried about you, and I was just hoping that you felt better. I didn't care about going out to do deliveries or work or anything. I was just concerned about you because yeah, that's the worst that I've seen you since I've been around. And I was concerned, but I'm glad you feel better now. It was man, it was like night and day when you got up and you were like, oh, I feel better now. Like even when you first got up, you weren't there, right? You were still, I think you still got sick. But then after that, it was like you were good, and you're like, let's go out, let's do this, and I'm like, I was tired, but no, I'm glad you feel better now.
Thank you, and thank you again for watching over me.
You're welcome.
But yeah, that was pretty rough, but I'm okay now. And after this, after Rob gives his commentary, he's like, I'm gonna be out, peace. And I'm like,
I said I was only gonna do 15 minutes in my time limit.
yeah, you're like a
Ooh, almost. Nah.
yeah.
I feel good right now.
Okay, so let's get into it so Rob can go back to the nest. Okay, so if you are tuning in to this episode is called Taking Accountability Plus All Men Cheat. Prove it. I'll wait. That came from Rob, by the way. Okay, so taking accountability, we actually have a video for you guys. And if you guys are listening to us on the playback on Twitter, X, yeah, we're we're streaming right now on Twitch, so you can check us out on twitch.tv/Miss DJ Hoodie, and or you guys can check out the video as soon as it uploads on the YouTube. Okay, youtube.com/Miss DJ Hoodie. You can check out the visuals there, because we are gonna be showing a video right now. So but let's see, I could drop it in a chat, right? On Twitter. I should have done that. I didn't do that. But yeah, so if you guys are watching the YouTube, yeah. Here we go. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to the video, watch the video, and this guy is on some bullshit, and I'll let dude explain his sorry ass. Just saying. And hold on, I need to check the audio. The audio is quite bad, but Rob needs to hear it, so all right, here we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ladies, it is dumb to leave your man because he cheated.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That was stupid as shit. That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Let's unpack this.
Now, if he's a cheater, yes, but because he cheated...
Did I murder someone? Yes. Am I a murderer? No.
What you gonna do? You gonna find you another man that don't struggle with infidelity? We all do.
He said, oh, what you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna scream, I'm gonna pack my shit, and I'm gonna get the fuck on. Y'all say men are the logical leaders of the world. Okay, well, a good leader can practice self-control. Would you feel comfortable living in a kingdom where your leader falls into temptation every single time they're tempted? Would you feel comfortable living in a kingdom where your leader is so distracted by the enemy's temptations that they can't even protect said kingdom that you reside? So sick of all the excuses that y'all done concocted. I can't, it's filling up my fro. You've filled up my fro with this foolishness. They talk about, well, men are just visual creatures. Well, everyone has eyes, and everyone is attracted to somebody or something. There will always be a person, a woman prettier than your wife, prettier than your girlfriend, just like there will always be somebody that has a bigger wallet and a bigger penis. So we need to start using I statements. I am a weak man. I can't practice self-control. I fall into temptation. People use generalizations and say things like, all of us do this, all men do this, all women do this, to feel better about their actions because they know they wrong. If I didn't wash my ass, I would say things like, all women don't wash our asses. Yeah, we all do it. Who is we?
And if there's a man out there that's telling you he don't, he lying. But don't take my word for it. Tell me this. How many women you know that hasn't been cheated on? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yes, let's normalize cheating because we've all been cheated on. While we're at it, let's normalize drinking and driving reckless, and not wearing our seatbelts. Because tell me this, how many of us have experienced a car wreck?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Why are you mad?
Go ahead.
I don't even know where to start. What was the first thing that he said? He said, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, all men cheat? Is that what he said?
Pretty much.
No. All men don't cheat. I've been accused of cheating until, like, the female that I was with that accused me of cheating was doing the same thing. Then all of a sudden it wasn't cheating. So am I a cheater or not?
Accusing you of the same thing. What is that same thing?
So I was talking to someone. So she said that I was emotionally cheating on her. And then when I found out that she was still in contact with her ex and doing the same thing, hiding, talking to him, having a whole profile just to talk to him and all that, I was like, so that means that you cheated too, right? And she was like, no. So how was it different? To me, she did the same thing. So if I'm a cheater, she's a cheater, right? Like, I really don't want to be labeled a cheater, but that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point is it different? Because I don't feel like I cheated. Should I be labeled a cheater?
I think it would depend on, like, was this person your friend? Was this person an ex? And what did, like, were there emotions involved, or was it just strictly like a friendship? Because there's that emotional, like, that emotional connection that you have with someone. If it's emotional, then I would take that as cheating, because that's supposed to be shared with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was strictly innocent and you guys are talking, then no, I don't consider that cheating.
It wasn't.
But the fact that you guys are hiding it, yeah, that would make you look bad.
Well, it wasn't innocent completely. There was emotional attachment there with that other one, but man, you said something right now and I completely spaced on it. So it was an emotional attachment. I guess the point is, it was the one I was with, called me a cheater until she got caught doing the same thing. Then all of a sudden I wasn't cheating. Does that make sense?
No.
So I was talking to someone and I'm a cheater, but she was talking to someone and it's not cheating. And
So it's just a fact that you guys were talking to other people
mm-hmm.
that labeled each of you a cheater.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know how now they're saying, oh, well, if you even have to hide. See, I didn't even have to hide, otherwise she wouldn't have caught me. I told her about it. I told her every time that girl came around.
Mm.
Like, anytime that girl messaged me or I messaged her, I would tell the chick I was with. But she never told me about what she was doing. I found out because, how did I find out? Oh, yeah, somebody came to me and sent me screenshots of this. So she went completely out of her way to block me and my family members so that I wouldn't find out about that Facebook where she was talking to that guy. So she went the extra mile. She didn't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
She got caught. But her point was, when I was doing it, it was cheating. When she was doing it, it wasn't. So she labeled me a cheater.
And didn't you mention that that for her to purposely, actively spell out your entire family's names and last names, and like pretty much your whole family tree that was obviously publicly displayed and showed on Facebook, and actively go into each and every single one of their profiles, scroll to find, you know, do you want to follow this person? You want to report this person? You want to unfollow them or block them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And her choosing block on each and every single one of your, yeah, that's got to take time. And that's like, you know, like, okay, let's see who they know. And for her to go through everybody's friends list and their family trees and their siblings, their cousins, their aunts, their uncles, and yeah, that's intentional cheating.
Yeah.
Like, that was your intent.
Intentional hiding is...
Word.
See, that's what I'm saying. So was it cheating, what I was doing? And if it was, then she cheated too. So
I would say, just my opinion, like, yeah, I think you did cheat. Because it's the emotional part. Because
right.
that would hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would hurt everybody. But, yeah, to me. But to talk to somebody that's innocent, even if they were to have, try to be flirtatious, you checking their ass, yeah, like that's the way to go. But if you're like encouraging it, and if you're allowing it, or you're just trying to like bypass it, it's the fact that you're allowing them to, like, that's kind of like, okay, well, why aren't you telling this person?
So the other part the other thing that the female that was talking right now said, well, if you can't practice self-control, right? Because he was saying like all men do it, and if you're saying that you've never done it, then you're a liar. Well, just last night you and I were talking about there was someone who was popular and most guys wanted come to me when she, I think, suspected that I was with someone, and she did try it, and I didn't fall for it. So I guess it goes back to the once a cheater, always a cheater. Don't you think that if I was a cheater, I would have been like, yeah, okay, because she did mention, well, we can flirt here, nobody has to know, and I didn't go for it. So don't you think if I was a cheater, I would be like, all right, let's do it. But because I've only done it, okay, you said it was cheating, so I've only done it that one time with that last. So to me, it was like, okay, well, it's a lesson and I learned it. And I practiced it when that other one came at me. Because I could, like I said, I could have been like, all right, nobody's going to find out. And if they find out, I'll just deny it like everybody else does. Right? Or I guess what he's saying, everybody does it. I don't think everybody does it. And I think there are men out there that don't cheat. So for him to be like, oh, well, if a man says that he doesn't cheat or he's never cheated, he's lying. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that's the part that kind of, especially when he was like, well, if like all women are gonna say that they got cheated on, so I guess to him that proves that every man has cheated. And it's like, I don't believe that. Like, okay, maybe in the circles that you run in, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's just whatever. But he's saying it as a collective. Like, he's speaking for all men. And I would love to see a remix, because you know how you can remix reels where people respond to those TikToks or whatever. I would like to see a man be like, hey, bro, don't speak for me. Like, don't speak for us. Like, you know, but of course women are gonna remix. Like, they're gonna be like, what the hell, you know? But I chose that video because it is very much valid what she says from a woman's point. You know, I'm not gonna speak for all women, but it's yeah, she does have a point. And if it's not to everything that he's saying, like, what about other things in a relationship that this man isn't, he's only focusing on the cheating. So okay, what about the finances? What, you know, like, that's just his own personal opinion, viewpoint. And I hate his face, because his face is so fucking smug. Like, it's just like, I'll wait, you know, like, it was just like, oh my god, like, that is triggering. And motherfuckers that put out this kind of content, that's what they're aiming for, is to trigger females, to trigger people that are in relationships, that are in good relationships, successful relationships, or, you know, like, they are living their happily ever after. Like, he is trying to trigger, you know. And look at how many fucking views and shit, you know, or how many people follow him. It's like, okay, this is how many fucking dumbasses are following him. And probably all of them or most of them are men, maybe. and men in their 20s, like their early 20s, 19, 18. It's like, okay, let's look at your stats, you know. Like, what age range, whatever. I don't know, but that, it is not taking accountability. It sounds like it almost sounds like, okay, maybe he just got dumped, or maybe he did something to be like, you know, oh, I feel like I gotta make a video, you know, because it's almost like the only way people make video content like this is if they got caught, they got busted, or it's like maybe they got out of a relationship, let's say like a couple months ago, right? And, you know, he probably sat in it for so long and thought about it, like, hey, you know, like, after a while, like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong, really. Like all women, you know how men are. Like, you know, it's you know how we are, but you still you see, like, there's that blame. Like, you still choose to fuck with us even though you know that all men cheat. But you're still gonna be with us. So what does that say about you? You know, it's kind of that flip, that accusing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, are you trying to say that men are superior and men don't get cheated on? So it's like, you know, we all cheat, but you still mess with us. Like, oh wait, like, it was just like, you're such a smug motherfucker. Like, I don't know. And what's so stupid about this person's you know, view count, sub count, you know, follow count, like all of these, even the plays, you're still gonna get that one, at least one woman that's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna turn this motherfucker right. Like, you always get that one person that is going to be okay with what they say and be like, oh, I can change that person. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I've felt that way before about, you know, a few people. Like, oh, this person hasn't been loved right, hasn't been loved properly. I know what love is, and I'm gonna show that person. So you're gonna get one stupid ass, right? And yes, I am saying I was a stupid ass, but it wasn't to trick that person, but and it is not a prediction. It happens that when a woman goes or is into someone like that smug and that, you know, like this motherfucker's attitude about women, like we're the suckers, because that's really what he's saying, is that, you know, whatever. It's either that one person is gonna really truly show him and he actually turns into a nice person, or if he fucks up again, she'll ruin his whole career. And honestly, with his smug ass face, I hope she does. Bottom line. But I mean, that's just me, you know, like, that's just me though. That's just my opinion. Am I wishing bad upon this motherfucker? Perhaps, because he is triggering a shit ton of people right now with this video, and that's just my thoughts.
Do you believe in the once a cheater, always a cheater?
No.
From personal experience, or is that just what you're hoping that I'm not gonna do that? Like, what?
Well, I know you're not gonna do that. That's one. Second, I've never cheated, but I have told you and I have told the cast before that I've thought about cheating because of how bad my relationship was. And cheating is easy. It is easy, especially for women. Like, it is easy because, especially if the woman knows that they're good at something, you know, some explicit shit, that we can use it, you know, like, and I've said this before, a lot of us women, we do know how to manipulate, you know, we are very good liars, you know. Again, I've always said we will use tears or terror, right? We'll use that shit. But my own thought, I guess, is there are kind people out there, even men, that are considerate, that are sweet, that are vulnerable, that are sensitive, and, you know, they have big hearts, that if they ever have, it was either because they were hurt or seduced, tricked, you know, manipulated into it, you know, guilt trips, that when it does happen, hopefully, you know, and this is what I, you know, if the dude was into it, you know, cheating, where I'm talking like sticking the tip in and taking it out, like being like, oh shit, what am I doing? Having that self-control, yeah, you're in the process and you just like, no, this is wrong. I could respect a man for that. But if you're hitting it from the front, the back, the face, upside down, and like all of that shit, and you bust a nut a couple times, and you were just in and out of. You guys get the point. And then regret it? No.
Or regret it when you get caught.
Mm-hmm. But if that person sees how fucked up they made that other person feel, and I don't want to really talk about suicide, but there's some people that do because of that. It would suck that it would have to cause a life for someone to change, but to see someone go downhill, be so heartbroken, and just not want to look at that person, not speak to that person, and they know that they were with a good person and they fucked up with a good person, on a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, I think they can change. But no, not always a cheater. But if you're making rounds on bitches, or dudes, if you're a stripper in the club, going up and down on that pole, doing shit on purpose, then that's your profession. You're not gonna quit because the money's good. Hell no. You'll always be a fucking cheater.
You think it's possible for cheating to be a mistake? Like for somebody to really be like, oh crap, I made a mistake, and not how you were saying like in the moment. I mean, just like it was a mistake. You didn't plan on doing it. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is cheating? I know that now people are like, oh, if you have to hide messages, that's cheating. If you're emotionally attached to someone, that's cheating. If you're even thinking about someone that's not your partner, that's cheating. So I think the rules have changed, but back in the day, cheating meant like hooking up with someone, like kissing someone or having sex with them. That was cheating if you have someone that you're partnered up with, right?
Well, back then it was easier to cheat because there was no
Social media.
location on your phone, like tracking your phone, your whereabouts. It's not just in your phone, but it's in your vehicles now.
Yeah.
It's Snapchat. Like you text someone, and then when you close it out, it erases your whole goddamn conversation as if you never had it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's taking pictures and deleting it, taking it back, and being like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I was drunk." Bullshit. I ain't gonna say no name, but
That sounded a little personal. Well,
yeah.
do you think cheating can be a mistake? You think it's on purpose then?
It's almost like I want to say like there are no mistakes. Like it's you should want to go on with life, but in this case we're talking about relationships. You should not, that shouldn't even be in your DNA. Like that shouldn't be in how you are as a person, because it's almost like you want to be a strong person. Like like I'm talking like mind and body. You want to have that mind and body, that discipline in your mind, that discipline in your body, the control.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like when you do it, you're lacking control. So it's like, okay, what went wrong to where you acted out the whole thing? Like even a quickie, it's like it's the fact that you did it. And when you say it's a mistake, oh, so you just fell with your pants open,
No,
and your dick was hard and you just like landed right in it. What?
Okay, I'm talking about specifically in my situation where there was nothing, no physical actions. It was all
Emotional.
It was texting, and then at some point there was feelings.
It's like, okay, that tells me that So it's a mistake that you guys you didn't talk enough with your girl.
The mistake that I made was I knew that the other female had feelings for me, and I kept talking to her, and then eventually I grew feelings. So that was the mistake. I shouldn't have been talking to her when I knew that she had feelings for me.
Right.
So that's when I should have cut it off and been like, nah, if we can't be friends, then we were not gonna talk. So yeah.
So, but to me, it's okay. Like if I was that chick, like not the one that you grew feelings for, like your ex, I would feel like, okay, so that would explain to me that we don't have a connection. We don't talk on that level. Like I'm lacking that, and you went to someone else for that, and you started to grow feelings. So that's what that would tell me, is that okay, we lack in that kind of communication. Yeah, we can talk about, oh, don't forget the milk on the fucking grocery list or what, but it's that emotional part that one of us is lacking, or we're both lacking, and that's why we're going out for going talking to other people for that. So fuck yeah, that's cheating, and it is caused by something. See, that's the thing. Like
Well,
that's what, like, what caused you to be like, yeah, I'm down, or yeah, let's do it.
well,
That's why I said, unless you're drugged and you got seduced, then that's fucking different.
no, but
Lock that bitch up.
you know who I'm talking about, and I
Yes,
told
I do.
you she was emotionally unavailable.
Right.
Like, she was detached from everything and everyone, including members of her family. So I was like, I'm not saying that that's an excuse. I'm taking full responsibility for what I did. I'm not saying that I was seduced either. I'm not saying that I was tricked into growing emotions for this other female. I knew that when I started having feelings for her on a higher level than just friends and just caring for someone, then that's when I should have cut off that friendship. I should have been like, no, I can't because I'm with someone, and that should have been it. But it wasn't. So yeah, I can admit that I made a mistake. I can admit if she wants to call it cheating, then okay, it was cheating then. My issue with her was it was cheating when I did it, but when she did it, it was not. Like, she didn't cheat on me. If you ask her now, she's gonna be like how I think he was saying that, or she was saying it. Like, all women are gonna say that they've been cheated on. Yeah, she might say that, but she knows that she was doing the same thing, so she's a cheater too. But for her, it was like, no, you cheated on me, but I didn't do that to you. That's so she can't take accountability. I have, like, I've done that. I accept it, but I don't think so. I don't think the whole once a cheater always a cheater. It's never happened
Yeah.
again. It won't happen again. So
Yeah, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't know. I try to have that belief that people can change. It's kind of like alcoholics. Yeah, like recovering alcoholics, and that's something that I applaud people like on Facebook or Twitter, where they're like, oh, like 10 years alcohol free, and you're always gonna get one shithead like, oh, I'm pretty sure that you've had something, like, but you're just, like, oh, if you had one once a year, like, you still fuck, but it's like that shows strength in a person if they change. But I do want to believe that people can change. Like, if they were shitty people in their past, they could be better people in the future. Because I know I've told you and I've told the cast many, many times that I was a fucking narcissist and an expert manipulator. And I've said this before, that us women, we do know how to manipulate. We are good liars. Like, we can fake crying, and we can all be a fucking Karen if we wanted to. Like we know how to do that. And I once had a very good man in my life, and yeah, I would just turn into a monster when he was around. Like, I felt better when he wasn't there. When he was off at work, it was like, oh, finally, like, I get to do what the fuck I want. I get to eat whatever the fuck I want. I could go wherever the fuck I want. And it's kind of weird, but I was loyal to him in a way, like, oh, I'm not cheating on you. And I wasn't. Like, I wasn't talking to anybody. Um, no one was calling me. I wasn't texting anybody. And it was, I felt like I was like the best for him. It's such a weird mindset. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, you're never gonna find a bitch like me. But it was like I was happy when he left. Like, it wasn't. And when when his car was in the shop or something and I had to take him to work and pick him up, I would frown the fuck up. Like, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta take your ass to work. And it's like I wanted to lay around in bed all day because he was actually paying all my bills. You know, like, I was so mean to him. I was such a bitch. And then having to pick him up, I was just like, you know, like, I would just get mad. Like, oh, why can't your coworkers bring you, or, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I was just so mean to him. And now, and I said, I think in one of my casts, I think I wrote a letter to him. Like, I was trying to do one of those practices, and maybe people should start doing this, where it's like I did a what do they call it? Like, I did an exercise where, like, if you feel sorry for someone that, you know, like, you want to apologize to them, but you can't find them, or you can't reach out to them, or if they blocked you or something, you miss contact, write them a letter. And I shit you not, like, I wrote this man like almost like a 10-page letter. Mm-hmm. Like, explaining, like, not explaining, but just like, I'm sorry for this, like, and it was a long ass fucking letter. And I think I read it on the White Run like years ago. If I could find it, I seriously doubt I can find it. I would have to listen to every episode. But, like, I was really, really sorry because all of the things that he wanted me to do, I'm doing now. Like, he wanted us to go to the gym. He wanted us to drink protein shakes. He wanted us to make fruit and veggie smoothies. He wanted to wake up early. He wanted to go hiking. He wanted to, you know, he wanted to travel and all of those things. But me, I just wanted to wake up and I just wanted to have my Burger King 3 fucking times a day. Like, you're not gonna tell me to fucking exercise. If you ask me to exercise one more time, you are trying to tell me that I'm a fat ass. I already know I'm a fat ass. I don't need to hear it from you. Like, keep your mouth shut. Like, this is what I want. If you want to have a goddamn salad or a fucking sandwich, you starve to death. I'm gonna eat good because I fucking deserve to eat good. Like, it was, I was such a fucking bitch. I was so mean to him. But in that letter, it said all of that. Like, I was just like, man, like, everything that you wanted good for me, that you wanted us to do together, I'm doing it now, but without you. And I'm sorry. And, you know, he's married now. You know, he has a good career. The last I heard that he moved from Arizona to Florida with his wife, and I think he has twins. I think he has like 3 or 4 kids. And he always wanted a family. And for me, it was always like, yeah, well, I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm not ready. And I did have miscarriages. And I don't know if that was the reason why I was mean to him. Because around that time, I was sweet on him. But after that, I think it was like because that happened with me, with him, he's always gonna do what I want. So that's a fucked up mindset. But that's where my mind was at with him. And I am sorry, you know, like, and my brother, he's still friends with him on Facebook, I think, because my brother's the one that gives me updates here and there. And my brother asked me one time, oh shit, 222, is it? 222. Oh my god, wait. And my brother was wondering, like, how do you feel about him being married? Like, how do you feel about his girlfriend being pregnant? Like, how do you feel about him having twins? And for me, I'm like, why can't he? He is a good man. He's a good person. And he's always wanted to be a father, so why can't he have kids? You know, like, it was almost like, you want me to rage and be jealous and, like, throw a fit? Like, no, I treated him bad. He deserves a good life. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's I do take accountability, because that's what we're talking about. Is I do admit what I've done, and I think that if you know the bullshit that you're doing now and in the past, and if you're plotting shit, plotting revenge, yo, you need to sit down with the fucking pen and paper, and you need to write about yourself. Like you should deeply write down an apologetic letter to everyone that you know that you've wronged, and get the fuck off of your high horse and just fucking do it.
What did you do with the letter?
I have or you know what? I think I burned it, because remember I told you I burned all my journals.
Yeah.
So I may have burned it, because obviously.
Well, guess what I just found?
Oh my gosh.
I'm joking.
I don't know about all men cheating. I'm not gonna say all men, like, cause I don't believe my ex, the one that I'm currently talking about. I don't think he's ever done that. It's not in him to do that. You know, I could say that I know him very well, that he wouldn't do that. My other ex, the one that I was with for a very long time too, I don't. It's not in him as well to do that. You know, he's one of those guys that lives by the hip hop lyric. You know, where they talk about, like black empowerment. You know, they're for the community. You know, they're against police brutality and treating your woman right. You know, only staying with one woman. You take care of your children. So those he lives by the hip hop lyric of that. That's why I don't think that he would. I don't think that's in him either to do that. So I've been with really good men. It's just it either didn't work out, like with him and with the military guy that my brother's still friends with. So it was me. It was just me. And with my last relationship, before Rob, like, yeah, it was that was when I had the thought of cheating, but I never acted on it. And I had so many fucking, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that the job that I was doing, was rideshare. So you had people in and out of my car, and they were, I don't want to say attractive, but I want to say attractive in a way like they had a personality. Like they had lives, they had jobs, they, were very kind. Like, and they would tip you, and they would appreciate you, they would talk to you, and they're just like, oh, what's your story? And you're just like, like whatever. Like they're, it's a good 30-minute ride, and you're just talking. Like, that's really cool. But it was always like, oh, maybe we can get together and have a drink. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, maybe. And I knew that I couldn't, because I was committed and right to a shitty person. And I always lied to them and say, oh, yeah, well, just reach out to me through the app, knowing that they couldn't after I dropped them off. So it's almost like I felt like I was missing an opportunity to meet someone that was going to treat me nice. But of course, you get people that are straight up like, can I eat your coochie? And I'm like, and you don't know these people. You don't know these people. You don't know if they're violent, if you tell them no, like if they're bad with rejection. And then I would be like, yeah, but not tonight. And as soon as I drop them off, like, I'm reporting them, like, because I'm fucking scared. But, to some women, it is flattering. Like, especially if they're from a bad place. Like, if they're in a bad situation, and they would think about it or whatever. Selling their coochie might be an option for them, I don't know. But for me, it was like, no, I'm in a relationship but I was in a shitty relationship. So that's when I thought about cheating, but I never acted on it. So I don't know, you guys. Do you guys take accountability? Do you think that all men cheat? And if so, prove it. We'll wait.
I think all women cheat. I'm
Hey,
kidding.
do you?
I think
Explain.
I think at some point the I was gonna say the roles flipped, but I don't think anybody's role is to be a cheater. But women did get more. What is it called? I guess they got bold and shit. Like before, women wouldn't come up to you. They wouldn't approach you. They wouldn't suggest like, "Oh, let's do some stuff" or whatever. Right? At some point, women just got bold and ballsy, I guess, and they were just like, "I don't care what people are gonna think. If I want someone, I'm gonna go after them." It is almost like the roles kind of switched.
Well, like I said, us women know that we can get what we want if we demand it or ask for it. That's kind of like that manipulation that I was talking about. We could get what we want when we want it. That's not hard. And we know where to get it from or like who to target, so to speak. Like that's what's fucked up about us.
Yeah.
But are all women like this?
No.
No. Have we thought about it? Perhaps. You know, it just I think it just depends on their situation, their experience, and what circles or like who they're hearing it from, or like what has influenced them. Because it could be a reality show, it could be music,
or they could just be tired of getting cheated on, or not.
True.
Or not appreciate it. They're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna wait until someone does it to me again."
I think you're right. I think it could happen like that, but I think the majority of them, it's more like they have to have some. They're not that smart to think of that on their own.
You don't think so?
No.
So, like, let's say there's a young girl and she's like, "Well, all of my family members or all of my older friends or just people in the community are always complaining about getting cheated on and, you know, getting abused and all this. I don't want to go through that, so I'm just gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna be the one that cheats on them. I'm not gonna take anybody serious. I'm not gonna, you know." So
Oh, like a self-decision kind of
like
thing.
it didn't even get, their thought didn't get influenced by them getting hurt. It was like, I've seen everybody get hurt and I don't want to go through that. So
That's stupid.
It is stupid.
See, that's what I'm saying. They're not smart.
It is stupid. But
that's what I said. They're not that smart. It has to, okay, like if that's your mindset, like, okay, why don't you look at those people and the kind of people that they dated, not the fact that they have been cheated on, but it's like, who the fuck were those other people?
Yeah.
See, like, you gotta be smart like that, I think. You know, because for me treating those guys mean, you know, for instance, that wasn't taught to me. Like, I didn't, you know, it's almost like Lil' Kim did not influence me to be that way to him. Foxy Brown didn't influence me to be that way. Emil didn't teach me to be that way. That a motherfucker should pay all my bills. For me, I didn't want this stress because I know what the fuck it did to me. And if he's like, "Oh, I'll take care of everything," okay. See, like, it, and I treated him like shit. See, that wasn't, I didn't get that from rap or hip hop music. I didn't get that from watching a movie or a drama show. It was my annoyance of him. Like, it was like, oh, he's sweet on me. I don't have to worry about him cheating. Like, I can tell him to do whatever and he'll do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
See, but it's like, yeah, I want him to do for me, but I don't want to be around him. He annoys me. See, it was my annoyance. Mm-hmm. And I was fucking stupid. See, like, it...
Or you just knew you weren't supposed to be with him. You knew I was coming.
That's where I thought I was good for him, because it's like, oh, I know it's all about him. I'm not thinking about anybody. But I still treated him like shit.
Mm.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, I could get someone better. I never thought that. I never thought I could get anyone better. Like, I thought I was set for life with him. Like, oh, he'll take care of me for the rest of my life. You know, almost
Well,
like a free meal ticket kind of thing.
I'm not saying that I'm better than him. I'm just saying you weren't supposed to be with him.
Oh, I thought you meant like, wait, what? That I wasn't...
You weren't supposed to be with him. Like, you weren't gonna end up with him.
Oh, I thought you took it like at some point I'm gonna know that I'm not gonna want to be with him.
No.
Like, my choice, because everything was my choice. If he said that I'm gonna leave you, I didn't take him seriously. Like, I laughed in his face. I was just like, man, you ain't leaving me. I was a fucking bitch. And then, like, when he actually did leave, I was like, so you bringing me a whop or not? Yeah, I was a fucking idiot, dude. Yeah, like, I remember that night because I was like, so you bringing me a fucking whopper or not? Like, when your ass coming home? And yeah, he fucking ignored my calls and he wouldn't text me back, and I was just standing there like a stupid as I should have, and I did. Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, well, you better get there before Burger King closes, goddammit. Because I'm hungry. Yeah, I was stupid. Yeah, I was just like, man, I want my fucking Whopper. Like, give me my Whopper, then you can break up with me, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I was just like, man, you better give me my shit before you leave. Yeah, I was fucked up. Hell yeah, I was fucking mean. That's why I wrote him a long ass fucking apology letter. And I probably did burn it. But I did say also that if we ever cross paths, he probably won't even talk to me. And you know, he's a very kind person, so maybe he would just talk to me to be nice. You know, especially if my family's there. I'm sure he'll be nice, but if it's just me, if he's with his family, you know, and it would just be like, oh, hey, like, how are you? You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm his ex-girl. You know, like, you know how bitches got to just throw it out there, like, oh, yeah, like, we were together for this many years. I taught him well. Who said that? See, like, I wouldn't do that, but I would just be like, hey, you know, can I talk to you for a second? Like, oh, we'll be right back. You know, like, to acknowledge the wife, have respect for the wife. And I would just be like, hey, like, I'm really sorry for how I treated you. And then I'd be like, man, like, you know, remember when you wanted us to do that? Like, yeah, I'm actually doing it now. So I just want to say I'm sorry and thank you. You know, like, you did impact my life in a positive way. Like, even though you weren't there, like, I still thought about you, and I'm doing those things now. And, you know, it is because of you. You know, like, I would say those things, and I would mean it. And to rekindle a friendship, probably not. You know, because they're happy. Like, I don't need, you know, just to get out that sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you made a positive impact in someone's life. Just know that. And I respect you, you know, and I'm happy for you. I'm happy you got married. I'm happy you got a family of your own, and you got a successful career. You know, like, I just want to let you know. And then just leave it at that. And you know, to follow each other on Instagram or to befriend each other on Facebook, I'm not interested in that. You know, anybody from my past, no, I'm just not. And I think that would be the best. And yeah, just strong enough to leave it like that. So why can't people have those intelligent conversations, grown up fucking conversations, and you hate me?
We're too busy leaving bio messages
and changing them every 3 to 4 hours. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking idiot. Man, I don't want to go there. It's just too much. Anyhow, thank you, babe, for joining me on this episode.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, he's tired, you guys. Baby sleepy.
I am tired, but I'm not sleepy though.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to get this clip uploaded to YouTube, and it's going to take 24,000 hours. So you guys hang tight. The quicker version is right here on Twitter. Twitter X, twitter.com/Miss DJ Hoodie. And yeah, you want to look for Taking Accountability plus Almond Cheat. Prove it. I'll wait. Featuring Just Rob. That's the clip that you want to check out. If you want to check out the episode right away before the fucking YouTube with their slow ass, right? And yeah, sorry for the late stream. We were supposed to drop Saturday. It is now Monday. 2:39 in the morning.
Monday?
Is it?
No.
Sunday? Did I say Monday?
Yes, you said Monday.
Oh my God! See, Sunday. Excuse me.
Like,
I'm doing what my
day.
car's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Did I tell you guys that Rob got me a new car? Oh my gosh, babe! Thank you. And yeah, so you know how your phone is supposed to sync up to your vehicle's times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mine was my phone will say, for example, 2:39. My car would say 2:40, and then your phone would say 2:41.
I think the car is 2 minutes ahead.
Something like that.
Are you tired?
I'm
think
about to
you're
end
tired.
this episode, so shit, I'm trying to explain myself and think. But yeah, so forgive me for my 2 minutes off.
You had a long day. It's okay.
Yes, I did, but I do feel better. I got like zero headache right now.
That's good.
I took in the Whopper, so the Whopper and the fries and the 2 onion rings that I had. It was nice. And the soda. And yeah, I feel a lot better. And let me tell you guys, I am not gonna drink anymore.
No.
That's my last fucking drink.
Even though I don't think that was it, you're still not gonna drink anymore. Cause you're
I was
pregnant.
gonna say, what about that wine?
No, because you're pregnant. You're taking your pregnancy test.
Oh my goodness. In the next episode. Oh my gosh. But yes. But yeah. Catch us live on the Wine Run podcast every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. And yeah, you have to follow us on all social media platforms for show times, honestly, until we get situated out, because right now we're in traveling mode, right? And let's see, I'm running out of space on my computer. That's fabulous. And yeah, we will check you guys out in the next Wine Run podcast live. Thank you, babe, once again.
Thank you.
And we will check you guys out then. Peace.